Xabi Alonso will be one of the best coaches ever to coach in football. When he played, he had all the great coaches to learn from, like Ancelotti, Pep, Mourinho, and for sure he will be one of the best coaches. You can see him right now in the Bundesliga. He's flying through there. I think one day he will be up there with Mourinho and Pep. They're going to win the Champions League next year.
Xabi Alonso is going to go on to be one of the best coaches of all time. His Bayer Leverkusen side are currently 7 points clear of Bayern Munich, won 15 games, drawn 3. Last season, Bayer Leverkusen 6th in the Bundesliga after losing nearly as many games as they'd won. I think they won 2 more games than they lost last year. So there's been a huge transformation. He started very well, by all accounts.
He absolutely could. I'm not no card from me.
Yeah.
He absolutely could be one of the best managers in football. If you look at the coaches he had in his playing career, the time he took to come into football, I think if you look at his style of football that he played, he always spoke incredibly well, and he was able. That's really important as a football manager, to get your point across passionately in a way that people want to consume it. Really important. The style of football that he's playing at this Leverkusen side, you know, they got rid of a lot of players in the summer. They brought in some brilliant recruitment in the summer, and to get people to buy into that style of football that quickly, and to have, you know, the most progressive passes, you know, the most possession in the Bundesliga, all those things that show what he's trying to do in that little a time. That says to me a very, very good coach. And then he's got the Mourinho's, the Pep, all these influences of the best managers. Plus, you know, his ball IQ was incredibly high anyway. So for me, not a mad take. And I'm not, no card from me.
Agreed. And this is the only one, Ed. If you don't agree with this one,
I'm
I will report the politics page.
I've got a warning. I don't know how much his previous managers come into it.
Okay.
Why is Frank Lampard shit at managing? Why is Wayne Rooney shit at managing?
Yeah.
I think that's the only caveat. That's the only. He's probably a good manager in of his own right. I don't think necessarily having been managed by good coaches makes you a good football manager.
I think it depends what sort of person you are. How much are you genuinely interested in learning what those coaches are trying to say to you when they're managing you? I think someone like Xabi Alonso, for as long as you've watched him, you can assume that he's having conversations with Rafa Benitez about why are you doing that, with Pep Guardiola about why are you doing that. I don't think Wayne Rooney was in there asking, you know, why are we playing this way? I think he was like, let me at him, I'm going to rip someone's head off. Those massive lollipops.
Was it that guy that said that they'll win the Champions League next year?
Yeah, that was the other side of it.
Get that card out.
Yeah, unfortunately, as usual, you have to beat Man City.